Welcome everyone, it's Lexan TV. We are here again at the lovely location of 61 West, and it's a glorious day today. I'm going to be chatting with Karlene Williams. She is the director of Acts of Kindness Foundation. We're going to talk a little bit more about the big heart of all the team members as they came together to assist families during this pandemic. Stay tuned for much more right here on Lexan TV. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. It's Lexan TV and we are here on location at 61 West. It's another glorious day right here and we have some great information to share with you. As I mentioned in the intro, I've got a lovely lady who has, binded together with her sibling to create something that is truly needed, especially around this time. I have with me on set today Ms. Karlene Williams. Karlene is the director of the charity Acts of Kindness. And Karlene is going to be, showcasing a little bit more of what they did specifically around the pandemic for a lot of families here in Grenada. Karlene, you're finally here. Welcome to Lexan TV.
And thank you, Lexan, and it's wonderful to be here to share so much about Acts of Kindness Foundation.
So good to see you.
Thank
so
you.
Good to see you. How was the pandemic? What was the experience like for you, Karlene, before we move on?
It was an interesting experience. I must say it required a lot of prayer, patience, resilience, and taking each day at a time, literally being grateful for every morning that you woke up and for the blessing of life. Yes.
Absolutely, you could not have said it any better. So Acts of Kindness Foundation, right? Correct. Acts of Kindness Foundation. Karlene, I understand, and I found out about your foundation in the most interesting way. I have been connected with a great group of folks at one of the chandleries on island. And I was so happy to have met a gentleman by the name of Lee Matthews. It's Matthews with an S, I think.
Yes, correct.
Hi, Lee. Lee, I hope you see this. He's such a fantastic individual. And, my company, we came on board and we said, hey, we want to give back to Acts of Kindness to help our family and for their bingo. That's right. That's what it was. And Lee, listen, the rest is history. Let's just put it that way. And I'm like, you know what? He was so excited because he said, we partnered with this foundation. We are feeding so many people who really, a lot of people, they just see the surface of what everything that is happening in this country. And when I heard the story, I said, you know what? You got to tell me, who is this person? How can I get onto them? And lo and behold, it was you and your sister. So I got in touch with her, and then here you are today. So tell me, Karlene, the whole inception, how did this whole idea, now I know how it came up, and very timely, but...
Well, actually, I think, my sister, Ayana Williams, she was inspired by God to assist 20 families. We just said, look, COVID hit, people are going to need food, let's assist 20 families. And she threw out the idea to the rest of the family and some immediate friends, and we just wanted to assist with groceries. It was definitely a personal commitment. And following the first press release on North Grenada, there was an outpouring of support from Grenadians locally and abroad. And we have to say thank you so much to the yachting community here and abroad. Yes. Lee, as you mentioned, has been from day one, literally the support of the yachting community through assisting with preparing the vouchers, having the bingos, donating via PayPal and various, platforms that you could donate, send the money transfers to. And we've been very, very appreciative for their support then and their continued support, because in literally 6 to 8 weeks since we started, initially, we've assisted over 849 families on the island of Grenada.
Wow.
That is a tremendous accomplishment. We just set out to help 20 families, and we've gotten to 849.
Wow. Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Wow. Now the objectives, and I know of any foundation, you have a set objective. You know, this is what we want to accomplish. This is really what we want to achieve. tell us a little bit about your objectives, if you have a whole listing of them, you know.
Okay.
Tell me some more.
Currently, it's to assist 100 families. So we have 151 more families to go, which we hopefully should accomplish just before the end of August. And then we will switch to back to school items. The idea of giving back has always been important to us. It's something that we grew up with from our parents, our grandparents, and the various mentors we've had. So it is not something foreign to us. We do it without, you know, looking for anything, and we've always done it. Whether it's through musical instruments, to the schools in St. John's, or just reaching out to the public, the library in St. John's is something that we've hold very dear as a family. And so currently it's the food hampers, and then we switch to back to school, and then we will decide what will be 2021 objectives.
What's next?
Yes.
Yes, what's next? Now, you've mentioned your sister, you know, just getting that vision and literally getting a vision to say, you know, she needs to do this, and she put her heart and everything into it. And apart from your sister, we know there's Mr. Matthews as well. But do you have any other, whether it's family, friends, colleagues who have really binded together with you and say, Karlene, girl, we're with you and Ayana?
So we have our team, our support team. There's 3 directors, which include my sister Ayana as the founder, and myself and my brother Karel, right? Our parents, definitely, our relatives, volunteers. We've had partnerships from different vendors. Support from the Optimist International Grenada, Piti Calivini Yacht Club, right? And the Yachting Fraternity. We would also look at the hotspot, Andy Williams and staff. Like going, packing the hampers, getting them ready, having them distributed. The Grenada Union of Teachers Cooperative Credit Union, they have been, you know, on board partnering with us. So those are some of our key. We've mentioned Lee, we have Mr. Philip Thomas, and we do have some really key volunteers who opt to stay.
Yes.
Mentioned, yes.
It's amazing when duty calls, a lot of people, you know, and I know there are a lot of people right here on this island and in the diaspora who really give.
Oh,
Without
definitely.
even saying, listen, I don't want you to say anything. I just want to be there for you and the people and the families that we're helping.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of folks out there want to just say thank you on behalf of everybody that you've assisted. If you're looking at the show right now, thank you so very much.
Definitely.
Yes. Did you face any sort of challenges? Now, this is a foundation. There's also various elements to getting a foundation off the ground. You know, it doesn't just happen like, hey, we got a foundation, let's do this, let's give this, you know. For folks out there who probably want to start a foundation, you know.
Well, generally with any foundation, first and foremost, there would always be a challenge to funding. In this case, we've been heavily funded by donors, the yachting community, so we're thankful. Part of the challenge that we found in the initial stages is that of when we had to reach out to the persons we wanted to provide hampers with. Right. So receiving complete information. At times there were no addresses and no phone numbers, so we literally went hunting door to door in some villages. Wow. In some cases, when we did receive phone numbers, the phones were not answered, and we always made it, I would say, a mandate that we would not keep a hamper after 24 hours. So if we know we prepared a certain amount of hampers for distribution in an area, within 24 hours we expect to distribute that hamper. We don't find that person, the next person on the list will get. So we've never kept, you know, hampers over 24 hours. In terms of setting up a foundation, there are some processes I think that definitely needs to be streamlined in terms of registering. You know, having all your necessary documentation, going from one governmental agency to the next. Yep. So I think that's something that, you know, can be looked into to assist other persons. Yep. You know, you point A, B, C, and you go from this, rather than a bit back and forth.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
that's
everything
for sure.
else, it's a learning opportunity,
It is.
and with every learning opportunity, there is growth and room for improvement.
Yeah, I want to just go back a second when you mentioned not being able to connect with people straight away, whether it's, telephone service out or anything at all. How do you, I'm not sure if you're at liberty to discuss this, but how do you determine the
Well,
recipients?
Okay, so initially what we did, we looked at communities that we thought were severely impacted
Right.
by the pandemic, and not necessarily in terms of physical communities like villages, but we looked at the different sectors
Right.
that could have been seriously impacted as a result of COVID. So we would have gotten suggestions, people would have posted, sent information, gotten in contact with us, business places may know of someone, somebody is referred, and we were able to use that information. Did a basic type of screening process, just to be able to vet, even though at the initial stage, most people would have been in need of some type of food hamper, because remember, we were shut down without
Completely
much
correct.
notice to prepare. And then you literally had persons, because of the nature of the industry they worked in, literally just needed food.
Just to get by, eh?
Yes. So those are some of, the avenues by which we looked at.
Yeah.
When we partnered with the Grenada Union of Teachers Cooperative Credit Union, members could have recommended someone, or a person's name would have been nominated, and the credit union reached out, and then we would have assisted. They prepared the hampers together with us, and then we went out to deliver. And so, yeah.
Wow. Viewers, I'm having a lovely conversation, a very inspiring conversation with Ms. Karlene Williams. She's the director of Acts of Kindness Foundation, and this was initially founded and started by her sister, Ayana Williams. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Dreaming of taking a break and escaping to an idyllic, happy place? Well, finding it does not require you to go too far. You already live in paradise. All it takes is for you to go out and discover it. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique are blessed with a wide variety of accommodation that satisfy any taste and budget. Find the one that suits you and your family and treat yourself while having peace of mind that your health and safety is a priority. Knowing that we have gorgeous waterfalls, stunning beaches, and flavorful cuisine, let's be tourists in our own islands and enjoy paradise at home.
Welcome back. It's Lexan TV, and on this lifestyle feature, I'm chatting with Karlene Williams. Karlene, to continue our conversation, it's so touching because, yes, we have been through a really tough time. Yeah. There are a lot of people who were able to help themselves, and there are a lot of people, there is a part of the equation of the population that just didn't know where to turn. And along came foundation started by your sister and supported by yourself and other great individuals. Let's touch a little bit on the success. Now, COVID is dark, but there are some great things that came out of this whole experience with you contributing to families. Let's talk a little bit about that. Were you able to, let's say, get direct feedback from recipients? How was that for you?
Definitely. So firstly, every parish on the mainland receives support, right? We've been able to touch 849 families. And as part of that 849 families, some of it went to Her Majesty's Prison, the General Hospital, Ministry of Social Development, the Grenada National Council of the Disabled, Program for Adolescent Mothers, and Grenada Food and Nutrition Council. So we've touched a bit of, the population.
Yes.
Right? And it's important because we've had persons who were grateful. They reached out, they sent an email, they thanked us on Facebook. They were able to refer someone else, especially within their community. And it meant that if you touched one person and you felt touched, another person could be impacted.
Pass
and
it on,
each
right?
one touches one, and that was really
Pay it
important.
forward. That's good.
Really important.
Wow.
In addition to it, gave us a chance to explore the island because we haven't been in some parts of the island in a very long time.
Oh, boy.
And we got to know some new parts. We got to interact and be in some of the supermarkets who assisted us, just seeing what they would have been going through on a daily basis when the supermarket was open. And some people would say, you all work in the supermarket? Where can we find this? Where can we find? And we just naturally assisted. Wow. So just to be of service on any of those given days, yes.
Oh, and that's such a good feeling, right?
Definitely.
It's such a good feeling, boy. You go to bed and you have that smile on your face and you say, yes, Lord. I did something good today. So, Karlene, how can folks get involved? Anyone, my cameraman, myself, the lady at the bar, you know, if someone is interested, whether to contribute or whether to be part of your team, how can we make that happen?
It's very simple. You can send an email with your offer, whether it's offer of your time, whether it's your offer of your farm produce, whether it's your offer of monetary contributions, to aokgrenada@gmail.com. I'm going to repeat that. AOK, Acts of Kindness, Grenada@gmail.com. You can encourage others to support the Acts of Kindness Foundation, right? And it is a registered non-profit in Grenada.
That's right. That's right. Special mentions before we wrap up. I know you've mentioned a lot of folks. I'm going to give you another opportunity because you might just have somebody on that list that might say, I prefer to be in the background, but they are really a pillar.
True, and I don't want to miss so that, you know, definitely notice is important. Our donors are too many to name individually, and many do not wish for public acknowledgement.
Yes.
However, we are grateful for them all, and some we would like to mention, and these include the Williams family of Douglaston, Guelph, the USA, and their friends, Mr. Lee Matthews, Mr. Philip Thomas, Mr. Michael Morman, and the yachting community in Grenada and all over the world. Mr. Andy Williams and staff of the Carnage Hotspot, J&A Supermarket in Guelph, Woodlands Minimart, the shopkeepers in Douglaston,
Wow.
Grenada Union of Teachers Credit Union, Mango Projects Limited, and all of our hardworking volunteers.
Oh, wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, and thank you, sister. Hi, Ayana.
Thank you so much.
She's shy. She didn't want to come and sit here with us today, did she?
We'll find out.
Ayana, you're going to hear from me very soon again. But Karlene, congratulations to your sister, you know, and everyone involved in making this thing happen. And it's just incredible how you just decided, listen, we need to make this work.
Yes.
And boy, did it work.
It did, and it continued, and we will continue to make it work by God's grace.
That is so true.
Thank you so much for having
again.
us.
Congratulations. All the best. You will hear from me, and thank you again for being here on Lexan TV and supporting this platform.
Have a very great day, Lexan. Thank you.
I shall. All right, folks, that's my conversation with Ms. Karlene Williams. Don't forget to connect with them today if you need to find out more information about Acts of Kindness Foundation. There you have it. It's been an exciting edition again right here at 61 West for Lexan TV. And just to remind you, if you need to connect with me, you can do so via our Facebook page. Shoot me a message today. Let me know what you're enjoying on the platform thus far. And just remember, it's all about life. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.